55.
I am super excited. This is the third electric scooter that I've tried out for Apollo. First, I started off with the Apollo Ghost. That was awesome. That was a 2022 model. Then the City Pro 2022. And this is the 23 model, or version 3 of the ApolloPhantom. And wow, this thing is an awful lot of fun. It's got 1200 watt motors, front and rear. It's got a 23.4 amp hour, 52 volt battery in the middle here. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Some of the things you see right away are these quad springs. Look at that. 2 springs at the front and 2 springs at the back. Big brakes. But ultimately, you know, you're gonna be able to check out loads of different reviews for the Phantom and find out all the technical specs, all the wonderful things about it. I want to share with you, how's it feel for a big guy riding around on a beautiful day. So I'm going to take you now for a scoot around Victoria and share with you what I think of the ApolloPhantom V3.
And how is the regen? Is it like the Apollo City?
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, that's what
I haven't actually tried it.
Oh, really? He's out of there.
You know what is amazing is the display. It's absolutely huge, and I can read it in full sun with my sunglasses on. So that's amazing. I love that. Wow, it's really comfortable. Just doing about 20 miles an hour, 32 kilometers an hour, cruising along by the ocean here, and eating up the bumps, no problem. I am noticing that I can't hear the motors much at all. It's really quiet. Oh, it's an eagle up in the tree over there. There we go. One of the things, let's talk about weight. I'm a big guy. I'm 265 pounds and 6 feet tall. Phantom has a max capacity of 300 pounds. So well within my limits. So for us bigger guys, that's really handy. It does weigh quite a bit too. It's about 77 pounds. So picking it up and carrying it around, it's not undoable. In fact, I did it up and down the stairs at the apartment earlier today. No issues whatsoever, but it is 77 pounds, and that's something to think about. Twin 1200 watt motors, 23-degree grade. We're gonna try and get this thing right up the hill here. Can it do it with this humongous guy on the deck? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I got it on push to start. Give me 1 sec. It made it. So it made it up the hill, no problem, 100%. Big guy approved so far. And here goes Jamie, 165 pounds.
Press the trigger.
Oh.
Reset it.
Take 2.
I got really close to that.
Yeah, that was no problem for him. So I did want to show you guys the actual display itself is pretty awesome. It's showing me here, obviously the battery. If I press M on the left screen, I have gone through the different modes. We've got trip, and we've got the odometer, and we've got the voltage. Now, if that looks like 64% remaining in the battery, and that's because if you press on this side, you press this button, the power button, 3 times right there. Press this guy 3 times. You'll see, boom, it's unlocked Ludo mode. And Ludo is next level crazy because it gives you all the beans for a short period of time. But wow, the acceleration, both tires spinning, it's an absolute treat. So that's Ludo mode. I'm going to turn that off now because I'm finding that just a little too fast for this old guy. I do want to mention, if you would like to see this thing in Ludo mode, now I'm not dressed for it. I'm also kind of a scaredy cat. I don't like going fast, but I do have a cameraman behind me here. This is Jamie. Jamie's got a GoPro mount on his chest. He's got full face. He's got wrist protection. He's got a leather jacket on. I think he might just take it out for a quick spin. So if that's of interest to you, I'm going to put that clip at the very end, just after I finished my wrap up, or before, or after. I'm not sure, but it's coming up later. One of the really nice things is it does have indicators, and it shows up on the display. And at the back here, you can see that there is a flashing light, and also at the front too. And it actually will shut off after a period of time, which is kind of handy. What I want to talk to you about next are the actual tires and brakes. We've got 10-inch pneumatic tires at the front and the rear, and we've got these beautiful big brakes. These are mechanical brakes, but they're keeping this guy down and stopping him on a dime. So I'm actually really, really happy with that. The suspension, the quad coils or quad suspension is actually really very, very comfortable. You know, when you hit the bump and you get control right away. That's what it's really quite lovely. So thumbs up on the brakes, thumbs up on the tires, and the suspension is perfect. One of the things I did want to mention is the IP rating, which I have forgotten. So give me one sec. One of the things I did want to mention is the IP rating. The IP rating of the Apollo is IP54. So what that means is you're going to be able to ride this if it's a little bit rainy. You're not going to go through all the deep puddles and stuff like that. But if it happens to rain on your trail ride, or it happens to rain on your ride home, you'll have no problems just getting home with it. Just when you do get home, let it dry off and clean it up. You get a lot less squeaks and creaks and things like that with scooters if you dry them off afterwards. One of the things I did want to share with you is the regen braking. Oh, something I haven't actually tried yet is the regen braking. So I'm going to give that a whirl here. We're going to get a little speed up on the corner. I'm going to give it full beans. In 3, 2, whoa. That's amazing. Wow. The regen braking is a scream. It literally takes you right down to zero, no problems whatsoever. Quite aggressively too, which is awesome. And you can absolutely update that in the app itself. However, what I also wanted to share with you is because you've got the two big brakes, which brought this big guy down to a zero really, really well, I'm probably only ever going to use these brakes in emergency situations. So typically, day in and day out, I can see now just using the regen and putting the energy back into the battery. And that's because the ApolloPhantom has a brand new controller called the Mach 1 controller. Here's a photo of it right now. Isn't that beautiful? That is really, really nice. And what that is doing is it's not just allowing me to get really smooth energy on my acceleration, but on decelerating when I'm using the thumb regen. So let me just do a quick folding, break it down if you have to throw it in the trunk of your car. There is a really cool clip here which is going to be used to attach it to the actual deck. This could of course be used as like a bag deck, or if you've been shopping and you want to hook something on, that would work really well. There's a pin on this side that I'm going to pull out. Once I pulled the pin out, there is a little lever here, and it folds down nice and easy. And in fact, it's really quite simple. Quite a robust architecture. As I mentioned earlier, it's 77 pounds, so you're probably gonna wanna use two hands. But you could certainly pick this up and drop it into the trunk of a car. And then the opposite to put it back together. Straight up, lock it down with the lever on this side, and then you take the pin and stick the pin straight into that little hole there. And now you're safe as houses. And it's really, really strong. Like, there's absolutely no wiggle whatsoever. So
spotless, Odie, no wiggle on the wheel or throttle.
I'm finding it lovely. Especially for a big guy. There's nothing worse than getting onto an electric scooter and finding that the handlebars or the stem doesn't feel safe and secure when you're braking. So as promised, here we are. We've got Jamie, thumbs up, and he's ready to go.
All right, little mode. Push start. It's a quick 40, 3, 2, full throttle. Oh gosh. 40, 45, 50, 51, 40, 50, 54, 57. Woohoo! 45, 50, 52, 55, 57. Look how strong this rebrand is. I think it's safe to say it's pretty good. I mean, I hit 57 an hour like multiple times in a row, even with the battery at 3 to 5 bars.
Wow, so battery life is around 3 bars. I think I looked at it just beforehand, it was about 57%. So
yeah, this thing is crazy. Wow, this regen's insane as well.
That's awesome. And what was it like? Was it stable?
Oh yeah, like the acceleration was actually so smooth, even though I'm like full throttling straight off the bat. So yeah, nothing but good things to say right now about it.
What's that?
There's a lot of room on this deck.
Brass tacks. What do I like? What don't I like about the ApolloPhantom V3? There's nothing I don't like. Maybe it's just a tiny bit heavy, but I mean, look what you get. You get everything you could ever need. It's got massive power. You know, Jamie flying around, hitting max speeds, no problem whatsoever. And that was at 50% battery we checked later. Really comfortable, lots of big deck space, really sturdy at speed, super easy to manipulate and get into the corners and tight spots. The display, mwah, it's beautiful. Perhaps the most beautiful display that I've seen on an electric scooter. Just love that display. It's got lighting, it's got turn signals, really comfortable, 100% big guy approved.
Big guy approved.
Oh wow, look at that.
The Hill of Death.